Hey folks, Steve here. How you doing? Hey, this video is actually pretty cool for me because it marks a transition in the phase of my project where I'm actually phasing into the thing above me now, which is the actual kitchen. And that was the whole point of this addition, is to get a really cool ass kitchen. And we did. So this video is kind of getting me over to this. So originally, when we had the addition and we knew that we were starting to actually do the downstairs, what we had to do was we had 3 rooms that were actually adjacent to touching the addition that had to have something done with it. One was an old 120-year-old porch, 120, 140 to us, but it was an old porch that eventually was turned into a 3-season room and then a 4-season room with heat. And then when we moved in 20-some years ago, just made it our TV room. It was always drafty and cold. We always had blankets and space heaters, but we turned it into our TV room. We wanted to keep that, but we really needed to address it. So gut and remodel, all put back, all fresh, all everything. That has its own playlist, 120-year-old porch. I have one more video to add to that, and it's going to be installing just the remainder of the trim, and then I'll give you a final tour of that, and that'll bookend that. Attached to that was the hallway. I haven't done a video on that yet, or I don't think I have many videos of that, so that'll just maybe be a 1 or 2 video thing. And then I have the pantry, which is the old kitchen right up in there. The old kitchen that becomes a pantry, I just wrapped that up maybe the past couple of days I posted a video on that. But anyway, that's wrapped up as far as getting the pantry to final. Attached to that was a bathroom that we remodeled that has 2 or 3 or 4 videos on that in the same playlist, so you can check that all out. But finally, this video, I'm transitioning to the space directly above me, and that is the kitchen. And for this video, I'm outside doing a bunch of whatever, talking about a little bit of workflow, and then I come in, and I'm actually building this really, it's not like super complicated, but there were like 3 planes that had to all come together to make a single thing. And so I had the old house end wall, nothing straight on that. We had the new house wall that I had to build, and I had to build this elaborate partition wall. You'll see a little bit of it, and I kind of give you a wall tour at the end. It had to be that complicated because I needed a pocket door in one part of it. I needed a wide, like 10-inch hallway kind of passageway, and then I had a 12-inch passageway because the differences in space. What else? Oh, and the whole wall actually not only was to accommodate all of that, but it also had to hide a bunch of plumbing that had nowhere else to go when we installed the plumbing for the upstairs. So I had this huge 4-inch drain line going across the back of my wall that I had to just hide. And I thought, well, I could do a soffit on that. And wife said, no soffit. So no soffit. So I built this elaborately complicated, well, it's not elaborate wall. So you can see that wall. I'll give you a quick tour of what's going on with that wall. And finally, with that wall being done, then I can start to think about the rest of the kitchen, which is going to probably come in a few more videos. Thanks for sticking with me, folks, letting me ramble a little bit. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you would, like and subscribe. I appreciate that. Free to you, really helps me out a lot. Channel's growing. It's a hobby, but man, I'm having a good time with this. So thank you very much for all the encouragement, and I'll just keep on posting, and hopefully you show up. Y'all take care. Have a good one. Bye, and please stick around for the rest of the video. Hey folks, Steve here. How you doing? Just a word about setting up around the trailer workflow. Check it out. So I got the trailer ready to go, plugged into shore power, and I'm actually using it as a big extension cord so I can run the 2 cords I need out to the 2 tools that I need, which are the 2 big tools. Lumber right there, Polk workbench, and of course the table saw on the rail system, which is I believe his first generation way, and maybe even the second generation way, that he actually suspended his table saws off of the bench itself, so the bench serves as an outfeed. That is a beautiful thing, working by myself. That is why I made the bench before anything else. Table outfeed, working by myself, that is why that bench is there. And of course, miter box. Today I am wrapping up a wall framing in the addition, and so I have a lot of studs to cut, but it's a complicated wall, so I'm just kind of trying to wrap it up today. It's very, very late. Had to go pick up hardwood and a lot of other errands. That's what I have planned, and this workflow is just beautiful for that. Even though, granted, I would love to be set up right outside that door or those steps, but I can't actually anymore back up into my lawn, which is pretty good actually, because man, I had a road because I was backing up so much. And so this way my wife is very happy with the yard. I am never in the doghouse because of the yard, so I will get the extra steps in, and that makes me less fluffy and more appealing to my wife. And so it all works out very, very well with that rock wall, which is beautiful, and a few extra steps. Workflow working just great, and I love to be on hard surface. Beautiful. The only thing would be if that was on a cart. One of these days, lightweight plywood, which I already have a source now. It's just a matter of getting it and building it, and I don't have the time to do any of that. But I'm going to have carts. I'm going to have rolling carts. Excellent. On to the building of the wall. That laser line is just kissing that header. That's a beautiful thing right there. Hey folks, Steve here. I hope you're doing well. So let's get to it. So I believe, with the exception of the blocking that I've got to go out and cut before I lose light, I believe I'm done. A buddy of mine stopped in who contracts all the time. Remember that I am part-time during the school year, full-time during the summers and weekends. He stopped in and said, "Hey dude, check this wall out." Not because I want you to check the wall out, but did I forget anything? Did I miss anything? It's not really standard framing in some cases, because there's a lot of complicated planes. There's just a lot of different planes that came together, so it's a little bit more of a complicated wall. This cavity in here really didn't change much from when I put it in. I'm going to add a couple of nailers just so I don't have to be so tight with my drywall screws. So I'll just add one to either side, and I'll do that when I go out. This right here is the opening, transitioning from the old house to the new part of the addition here, which is behind me. All of this stuff here, which will be just one giant kitchen, which is functioning as a kitchen with the old stuff. I just repurposed it. So you can see how wide this is. This is a true 4-inch. That's a cut down 1x10, so that's probably over 8 inches there. So I have about 12 inches of passage here. And with only 2 pieces rather than, say, 3, as far as keeping the pieces or the parts of this wall as minimal as possible simply creates less of an issue, less of an opportunity to goof up, because I need to have this as a single plane for trimming for my jamb and my casing. The header is in, and so you can see the header. I actually took the header all the way over. It's really not carrying any load. This is just a glorified partition wall. It's going to be used for hanging drywall. But I did want to make sure that I hit that set of studs right there. It's 2 jacks and a king in the middle, and it goes all the way down. and whatever load this is carrying is transferred down to framing down below. In here, this is a kind of a walkway where I do have a header there, but it's a span, and I didn't want to put any load on that span if I didn't have to. Header should carry it, didn't want to worry about it. So I have my header. I went ahead and flat framed because of the plumbing behind. I flat framed the cripple studs. Switches in here. This will all get filled with insulation. Basically, all these cavities will get filled with insulation because I want to create a fire block all the way through. I don't want to have an open cavity opportunity for like a chimney effect. Over here, this is the entry into the old kitchen, which is now the pantry. So if I step into here, yeah, there's a lot of plywood, but that's because we have a lot of cabinets going up, and also I'm nailing up a tin ceiling. So this gets a pocket door, and the pocket door is framed right in there. I have to get the hardware yet, so it's still open, and I'll have, I don't think I have to modify anything. Over here, we have that same span. This, in this case, 2x4, 2x12, ripped down slightly. And here I wanted, again, a flat surface, and I want it as contiguous as possible for the jamb. Well, actually, this jamb will be part of the cabinet package. The cabinet package actually will have a long return, which will function as the jamb, and the cabinet on the other side, they'll meet in the middle. Went ahead, put a header up above, and then standard framing all the way down through, with the exception of the fact that I have my interior pocket frame, or pocket door wall. So I have blocking all up in there, which will satisfy code in that even though it's a partition wall, it's 9 feet, and so you have to have some blocking in there just to stiffen up the wall. I'll have blocking anyway because I need to have places to get my cabinets fastened correctly and without worry to the walls. All right, that's what we have. This wall right here is going to look like this. Show you the plans. So, right there, will be right there. That's basically the idea. And then you have cabinet package all in there beyond that kind of loaner fridge that we have. And then that's the entry you are looking at right there. So that's our elevation plan. And with using SketchUp, I also have this three-dimensional plan here as well. Again, showing you that arched entryway with a pocket door, that entryway into the mudroom now, and then the corner set of cabinets, as well as where the stove will be sitting, where that old stove is now, and then so on and so forth, with an island, which is where this table is sitting right now. So we have kind of mocked this up with the kitchen that we have, as far as just repurposing all of my old cabinets as much as I could, and putting things where they kind of go. Allows us to develop kind of a workflow and say, you know, this is actually going to work. We wouldn't change the design anyway unless there was something really weird about it. But kind of for me, this room, it's all kind of recently now started with that wall. And that wall, other than the blocking, is now done. All right, folks, thank you very much for sticking with me. And if you would, like and subscribe, please. Yes, thank you very much. Share a little bit of that love. And have a great day, because I know you deserve it. Please, take care.